Let's move on talking about another video game that was announced. Halloween. Okay, I'm going to be a little bit more enthusiastic about this one, although there is a ton of backlash, and we are going to discuss the backlash and whether it's warranted or video game nerds being a little crybabies. So, we got the reveal of a new Halloween video game, which we have heard is on the horizon. Malekith, which, bro, when are we getting the update on the TV show and this reboot? Topic for another time. But we got this little reveal trailer, and it's just a cinematic of Haddonfield at night, a voiceover by someone imitating Donald Pleasance. I gotta admit, the voiceover of this Donald Pleasance, not that great. Doesn't sound as good as Dr. Loomis, but I mean, what can you do? At least it's not AI. I hope it's not AI. At least they actually got an actor to do it, so I'll give them props for that. But we see then a dead person right there, and then a woman running out of her house, and then going to the neighbors, and then right before you know it, they're realizing someone's in the house, someone's coming. They run out, and then we get our boy Michael Myers revealing this game. Okay, I want to talk about the things I'm excited about with this game, and then we're going to get on to the backlash. So one thing I was really dreading with the announcement of this game is the fact that it would be, you know what, let's just get into the backlash then, because that's the better way to go with it. Okay, I was afraid it'd be another asymmetrical game. I'm glad if you enjoy those Dead by Daylight clones, which is basically what they are, whether it's, let's see, asymmetrical, I spelled that so wrong, horror games, but there's been a ton of them, right? There's been Evil Dead, there's been Friday the 13th, there's been Killer Clowns, there's been Texas Chainsaw Massacre, even Puppet Master has its own asymmetrical game that's from an indie developer. They're everywhere, and while they're fun for a week and I enjoy them, I had fun playing Friday the 13th, I had fun playing Killer Clowns, I've played Texas Chainsaw, I have fun with them, but I play them for like 3-4 days and then I'm done. Whether there's updates, whether there's more, that was it for me, right? And with having played that many, you also just start to notice a pattern with the gameplay. You notice a pattern with what they do, all similar. And I think that just ruins the fun, especially when it comes from the same developers. So that's what I was afraid of. And while there is going to be an asymmetrical mode that I feel is kind of the focus of this game, which I guess leans more towards my negative, they did do the thing of adding in a single player story mode. And that right there saved this video game announcement for me. That sounds awesome. So let's get into what that is. The story mode of this game. Because I was like, so what? You just play by yourself with bots instead of the asymmetrical part? No, they have a whole dedicated campaign. And I was like, oh, that sounds good here. So here's we have an article from Blade Discussing where they rounded up Halloween the game. Here's what we know about the single player story mode. And we have some more screen grabs too. So they said here, Halloween the game will feature offline bots so that games can play matches solo, but also most importantly to note that the game will also feature a legit single player story mode, something that other asymmetrical games in the horror IP space have been ignoring in recent years, which I think is a mistake. Whether playing in story mode against bots offline or facing other players online, each mode rewards stealth, strategy, and skillful play. And we got some great screen grabs of what the game's looking like, made in Unreal Engine 5, by the way. Let me see if I can pull up here. Well, when we looked at how we could play a part, I'm trying to see the part where they okay. So here it says, the narrative for single player in Halloween takes on a new shape. Playing as Michael Myers, walk through memorable locations from 1978 classics such as the Michael Myers house or bask in the recreated atmosphere of Haddonfield. The single player story mode of the Halloween game plays emphasis on exploration and replayability. Let's see if that's true. With those two things largely informing the design of story mode. Additionally, special items and collectibles will be exclusive to the game's story mode, along with Dr. Loomis. Dr. Loomis seems to be exclusive to story mode. It says here, the story mode will thrust you into the coveralls of the shape and have you face off against the townspeople of Haddonfield, the police, and of course, the pesky busybody Dr. Loomis. Oh, this sounds so awesome. It's such a fun mode. You get to have a very controlled Halloween experience that will hopefully drive even more people towards the multiplayer. So that's why I say I think multiplayer and the asymmetrical part is still their focus. But the fact that they added in a story mode, dude, that saves it for me. Whether it's only going to be a 40-minute campaign, 2-hour campaign, 33 hours, whatever, that makes it worth it. And I know what some people are going to say, Chris, how is a story mode game any different than an asymmetrical game? Because both of them, you play for a certain amount of hours, sometimes 1 or 2 days, and you're done. Say that to The Last of Us. Say that to Until Dawn. Say that to the dozens of story-driven campaign video games out there that carry on a much longer lifespan and are talked about more regularly in the video game community as opposed to an asymmetrical Day by Deadlight clone game. I think the only one that has surpassed that is the Friday the 13th game. That one continued having a life of its own, and people kept going back to it and playing it over and over. That's awesome. But all these other ones, Killer Clowns, Texas Chainsaw, Evil Dead, they die out, and we never hear about it again. And I'd hate for that to only be what Halloween does. And so it's good to hear that story mode is coming, and that's what I'm excited about. But let's get on now to the Backlash part. Yeah, that's true, but they are 3-hour campaigns. You are so right. You are very right. But I think there could be something very memorable about getting to play Michael Myers the night of the movie Halloween, and you get to play those moments. Like, imagine starting in the asylum and you're there and you have to escape, going there. What if there's a whole section where you're driving a car as Michael Myers? He drives the car in that first movie. You see him just bank a left, and Dr. Loomis is like, where is this madman? I need to find him. He is the embodiment of evil. And he's like, why we turn on the radio? That'd be crazy to add that kind of mode in. And I think just the fun of actually being Michael, and then you could just choose going house to house, killing, stalking, police on your tail. That sounds so fun to me, as opposed to just, all right, guys, we're gonna be 4 of us. I'm gonna be Michael this time, and we're gonna fight. I say that because I have no friends to play with, and that's okay. So I don't know. I'm very excited about that, but let's get on to the Backlash, because people are wanting to boycott the game, mainly because of the studio that is doing the asymmetrical part, Gun. So Gun is the company that is also known for doing the updates with Friday 13th, Texas Chainsaw, and the main reason there's backlash and people getting really mad is because this studio is known for abandoning their games, not giving updates, not changing things up. In fact, there's even while I love the Halloween franchise, I strongly recommend against anyone buying this, as Gun has a terrible reputation for abandoning every project they've worked on. They're also known to actually fight back with fans, like on Reddit forums. If they have constructive criticism on games, they'll just you call them ungrateful or not work along with them. And then when they feel like the fans are just being too picky or whatever, they just leave the game, abandon it, and then don't follow through on promises for DLC updates and fixes. And for a game that's dependent on live service and people having a constant feed and playing in, not updating the game can really kill it. That's one of the whole things. Let me see what Gun Media producing Halloween game. So it's going to last a year, and then they're never going to touch it again. And so that's where a lot of the backlash is coming from on the game. We'll see how it goes. I feel like Halloween is a bigger property where I feel like they would be so much more focused on. I mean, he's like one of the slashers. I would hope so. But that's also why I'm like, hey, at least I got that story mode. If they don't want to do the updates on the asymmetrical multiplayer part, fine. I am still going to go through with the single player story mode. That's at least being made by a separate developer. Gun is handling that part of it, and I'm sure I'll still play that mode once or twice. So that's what this. Let me see what somebody get. Better than nothing. I agree. The Friday the 13th was screwed over because of the lawsuit. Yeah, exactly. That's also why I think so it's like I can't even blame them for the Friday the 13th stopping the updates and abandoning it, because they were actually pretty I want to say consistent from what I saw on updating the Friday the 13th game. But then it was the lawsuit that ended up killing that game. It's not really their fault. They legally couldn't do anything. I think Texas Chainsaw, they did abandon Texas Chainsaw, but I feel like that's also because, and again, I'm not trying to defend them and all that. I'm not even that big of like a gamer. You guys know I play specific games here and there. I'm just trying to understand from their point of view. I just feel like there weren't that many Texas Chainsaw people playing. Leatherface is a pretty popular character. He ain't on Friday 13th level. He ain't on Michael Myers level. I'm thinking that's just a game that just didn't have that much fan base, that much involvement, and it was just more manpower, money wasted in I could be wrong. I could be wrong because I think even to this day they're still updating Predator Badlands, are they not? Not Predator Badlands, Predator Hunting Ground. That's another game they developed. Predator. Like I played it once and I thought it was fine. But Predator Hunting Grounds, same company, right? And look, that 5 hours ago, I believe I saw this week they had just added in the Predator from like Prey, has just been introduced into the game. The Omni Predator from it's from the animated movie, from the animated Predator film Killer of Killers, has landed into the jungle. Is this not also Gun then? Am I confusing it or something? Because I don't know. That's Ilphonic. Okay, so it's not the same. All right, then never mind. So it's just Gun then. There you go. That's why I have the chat here fact checking me. Y'all ain't getting paid for this, Tyler Adams. I'm sorry. That was for free, buddy. But I'm still excited though. I'm just to roam around Haddonfield as Michael Myers, be able to stalk into them babysitters' rooms and be like, "Hey, you're not my sister. Where's the button for this?" No, that was a joke, a terrible joke. I apologize. Do I? But yeah, doesn't that excite you? Just the idea of like, all right, you're thrown into Haddonfield, 20 houses, your choice, which house you want to go into first. Oh, Steve's taking a shower in this one? I don't think so, Steve. Oh yeah. That's like gonna be a lot of fun, dude. And even more so if you like run into a character that wants to fight you back, ends up calling the police. Now you have to start running away. You start getting stars on your map, GTA style. You're how fast can you run as Michael? His thing is walking. I don't know, dude. I totally believe them when they say there's a lot of replayability in that story mode because each time you're going to want to start with a different house, go to a different victim. And I think it ends once you get caught or shot, right? So it's like, how many kills can you get before you're gunned down? I don't know, man. That's making it sound super promising to me, but I get the people who are like only wanting it for the asymmetrical mode. They feel like they're going to be out of 50 or 60, what's probably gonna be like $70. Who knows nowadays how much video games cost when they come out. They're gonna be just out of that money after a couple months when they don't want to update it. So yeah. You guys let me know. Michael teleports. I really hope they don't do that. I know they kind of did that with I felt like in the Friday 13th game they had some real liberties with what Jason can do around that map. I'd like the realism factor. Let him walk around, man. It'd be cool. It'd be cool. I just think it's funny though. I was surprised that in story mode you can't play as a civilian, but maybe that just wouldn't be as fun because you already know Michael's coming, so you just have to walk around your neighborhood looking for him, saving people. I don't know. I wonder how that would work. But yeah, so story mode is only Michael's perspective, which is really the perspective you want. But or maybe as a Dr. Loomis mode, that'd be awesome. Because then you'd have a purpose. You're Dr. Loomis. You want to find Michael. You're trying to stop him before he kills many people. And then you have to convince people you're not a crazy old man yelling, he's back! I shot him 6 times! Sheriff, he's back. The old man. Yeah, he's screaming. The kids are scared. I think he just picked up a little girl. Can I shoot him, officer? Shoot him. I loved me crazy Dr. Loomis. Anyways, you guys let me know. I'm kind of excited for it. But a small shout out. I'm talking all this hype for the story mode. The real game I should be hyping up, which, oh, dude, this is a dangerous thing. I got to exit out. The real game I should be hyping up, and I am going to try and find a way to do content on it, is the Hellraiser game coming up. There is a Hellraiser game that is purely story mode based. like an actual story campaign. That is the purpose of the game. It's called Hellraiser Revival. I would show you a trailer, I would show you gameplay, but they are being so faithful to the world of Hellraiser. It is full on nudity, full on gore, full on nastiness, which is awesome, but it'll actually be a story. I think it revolves around a guy whose girlfriend messed with the cube, got trapped in the Leviathan, and now he's going and trying to look for her, and he's navigating through this world with a different cube that actually gives him powers. It's weird. It's kind of interesting. I want to figure out how to make content on that, but like I'm scared scrolling right now, dude, because that trailer. Okay, good. It's Google's censoring out the stuff. This is what I would wish for all horror games. Just a full-on movie in video game form that you play through. That's what I would love, and I think Hellraiser is going to deliver on that. So that's the real game I should be hyping up. But I'm excited to see what they do with the Michael Myers one too. So check that out if you guys got time, because I think that'd be awesome.